Academy of Art University's KR News is next. Coming up, a new health warning about hot dogs, bacon, and what may be some of your favorite foods.
We'll show you the app that thousands of people are using for safety reasons.
You think it's just common sense, but you won't believe what some people will do to get a good selfie.
And a preview of a conversation with people behind the news scene's Suffragette. All that and more next on KR News. Hi there, thanks for joining us here at Academy of Art University's KR News. I'm Tiffany Russell.
And I'm Tyler Sabino. Here's what we're working on. You may want to reconsider eating some of your favorite processed meats because of a new health warning. Bacon, ham, and sausages rank alongside cigarettes as a major cause of cancer. The World Health Organization now says processed meats are in the same category as alcohol, arsenic, and tobacco. The cancer researchers triggered an immediate and furious response from many major food corporations. They claim their products are not dangerous. Many other critics of the new warning say moderation is the key to eating most anything.
Everyone loves pizza, fries, and ice cream, right? Well, now research shows that these late-night indulgences may cause an addiction. The most problematic foods were actually high glycemic foods, meaning they contain a lot of sugar and causes blood spikes. Like a drug addiction, University of Michigan researchers found that anyone can have a food addiction. People with high BMIs are more likely to be at risk and have difficulty controlling themselves around food.
Are Ecigs a gateway drug or a way to quit? Ecigs were created to help smokers quit smoking. As these numbers decrease, a different one rises. The Association of American Pediatrics has come out with a new policy statement. They want the age to be changed from 21 for people to buy nicotine, including e-cigs. Even though fewer teens are smoking cigarettes these days, they are still getting addicted to the strong amount of nicotine within the e-cigs.
Thousands of people are signing up for a new app that makes them feel safer when they walk alone. KR News reporter Jasmine Griffin has the story.
Text me when you get there is what your family members or friends like to say to you whenever you're out and about. But what if there was a way for them to track your every move, check in if you feel unsafe, and can easily contact the police? Now they can with an app called Companion. Bay Area resident Tiffany Hilburn feels safe using this app.
I recommend for anybody that lives or any place out of the Vallejo area to have it because it's dangerous in Vallejo with a lot of shootings. And it's easy access for any parent to know where their kids are located.
The Companion app allows users to reach out to their family, friends, or concerned parties to keep an eye on them as they travel to their destination. It was created by 5 students from the University of Michigan. They built the app to help lower the crime rate on college campuses. College student Bella Smith is concerned about her safety on campus.
Since I'm away from the campus and kind of away from the main hub of the campus, I do feel a little bit unsafe, especially like during night, like Wednesday nights or Friday nights where everyone will be like drunk or kind of like running around.
So here's how the app works. Let's say I want to walk to McDonald's. All I have to do is type in the location, press start trip, select someone in my contact list. They will receive a link to my location. If I feel unsafe, I can press the I feel nervous button, which will alert my contact, or I can press the call police button.
Since the app uses the phone's built-in sensors, it can detect if you start to run or if you stray off your path. When this happens, the app will ask if you're okay. If there is no answer within 15 seconds, the app will notify the person who is tracking you, and at the same time, it will make an alert noise. In Benicia, I'm Jasmine Griffin for Academy Art University's KR News.
Here's the good news. The Companion app is free for iPhones and Androids. If it seems like your iPhone battery hasn't been lasting as long as it should, it's possible your Facebook app may be the culprit. The company says the 2 main faults were the app getting stuck in the CPU spin, where it continuously processes information in an endless loop, as well as the app playing music and videos silently in the background even after the user had closed it. A new version of this app is now available that the social media giant says will help resolve the issues.
Apple has come out with a patent for customers to avoid that heart-stopping moment when you drop your iPhone. The patent is being called Active Screen Protection for an Electronic Device. They are hidden retractable bumpers that extends over the screen when the phone is dropped to absorb the impact that causes the screen to shatter. Even though there are no immediate plans to develop it, it is a neat idea to avoid that everyday hassle of a phone case. With continuous improvement on smartphone cameras, taking a quick photo is almost irresistible. But hopefully, the last selfie you take will not be your last memory. Diane Jomo has more on this story.
Selfies are the new picture craze, common among young generations who are currently looking for new perspectives with the intention of creating lasting memories and self-approval. But it has left many dead and injured in different countries all over the world. Seeing tributes on social media for people who died taking selfies is gradually becoming a common norm. It's difficult to imagine why one would take the risk without considering safety first. This is what a few people have to say about selfies.
What makes a good selfie is the background and also the clarity and the focus. You gotta make sure you got a steady hand.
And I just think that they're kind of overrated.
Maybe you might see me hanging off a cliff or something one day, but right now I just try to get it focused and get a nice background.
With this new trend of selfies, looks really don't matter, but rather the background. People tend to care more about what they see behind the image. It seems that the number of followers gotten pays off for all the risks taken. Hundreds of selfies are posted on social media every day. For Iman Sultani, she thinks there's more to it than getting more followers.
I really think that there's something wrong with people who take selfies. I don't post so many of them. They might indicate that someone's feeling lonely and that they're looking for attention. I don't know, from maybe a psychological point of view.
Currently, psychologists are carrying out new studies to examine selfies, narcissism, psychopathy, and self-objectification. In response to the numerous deaths and injuries in Russia, the government recently launched a safe selfie campaign. Hopefully, people all over the world will take precaution. In San Francisco, I'm Diane Jomo for Academy of Arts University's KAT News.
Well, next time you're out there taking selfies, make sure to have safety in mind.
The plan to build the California high-speed bullet train is currently under-budgeted, under-scheduled, and underfunded. The California High-Speed Rail Authority say choosing a route through California yet which leaves them behind schedule. Also, they are behind on financing and permit approvals, which leaves them with multiple lawsuits. Experts believe that the state has underestimated the challenges and costs of carving the tunnels throughout the mountains. The Vision Safety Campaign is in full swing as San Francisco works to cut down the number of traffic deaths on its streets. KART News reporter Lada has details.
Besides being famous for its steep rolling hills and diverse architecture, San Francisco is known to have bad traffic, which is a problem that's hard to ignore.
You know, I grew up here, and it definitely didn't used to be so crazy, so hard to get around. So yeah, it's intense. You know, being a cyclist, it is pretty, it feels pretty dangerous, you know, to ride around town.
In general, it's pretty bad. It's pretty crowded around in and around the Bay Area for the most part. I ride a motorcycle, so that makes it a lot easier to kind of get around.
The fact that people switch to using two-wheelers instead of cars ends up making the whole issue even more serious. Also, the pedestrians tend to focus on the screens of their phones more instead of paying attention to where they are going.
According to the SF News, 30 pedestrians die and 200 of them are getting injured every year on the streets of San Francisco. The project called Vision Zero was created to ensure that by the year 2024, there will be no pedestrian deaths.
This Sweden-based enterprise is tackling the issue with pedestrian-related accidents in other countries like Netherlands and UK. By releasing powerful ads, it delivers a strong message to encourage people to be more cautious. The first step that Vision Zero is going to take is build safety and livability into our streets in the next 2 years. And according to SFMTA, it will use departments like engineering and education to accomplish such an ambitious agenda. In San Francisco, California, I'm Lada for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Latest reports from the month of September show that traffic facilities are running about the same as September 2014.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. One music artist is trying to do all he can do to get the word out. Here's Dion Jomo with a special guest.
Thank you, Tyler. All the way from Seattle, Washington, our guest today is a poet and a social activist who's sending his message across through music. It's good to have you here today, Ashes.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Happy to be here.
So, why did you pick the name Ashes?
Ashes stands for All Songs Heard Echo Solidarity. And I picked that name to remind myself of what my objective is in music, which is to unite the people.
Okay. So why are you here in San Francisco?
We are here on a media campaign for our No More Tears project. We launched a Tears in Your Eyes global action project to raise awareness for domestic violence. We shot the video here in Oakland, so this is our first promotional stop.
Okay. Okay, so you said Tears in Your Eyes?
Yeah, Tears in Your Eyes. I wrote a song. The song Tears in Your Eyes is a 3-part narrative. It has the mother, the woman being abused, Denise, and the boyfriend, the abuser, Mike. And it's a true story, so I wrote this song to kind of deal with my own stuff therapeutically, and it ended up being a song people enjoy.
Okay, so we're going to go back to that, but before we go back to that, I really want to know what your drive is. Like, why did you decide to do this?
I think right now there are a lot of artificial barriers that keep people from being connected to one another. Black, white, Asian, Mexican, and these are all really artificial. So what I wanted to do was tear down some of those barriers and unite the people, because if we could unite over this issue, this could be the last domestic violence awareness month we ever need.
Okay, so I saw the video Tears in Your Eyes, and I thought it was really very deep. I really, I think the message was really, there was something.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's take a short look at a clip from the video.
Absolutely.
Emergency. My mommy and Daddy are having a fight. Is she getting hurt? I'm talking to the police, Mommy. Stop it! Stop it!
My name's Tammy and I love my baby. Denise, my firstborn, but her life all crazy. I don't know what make her boyfriend show his love with his hands, but she won't leave his area. I just don't understand. She call me like mama. Why love feel like this?
So what really drove you? What's your drive? Why did you do that?
My stepfather was murdered by his then girlfriend in 2004. And that's what kind of prompted me to write the song. But just the communications we get, we go to a lot of cities, we meet a lot of people, and this seems to be one of the most prevalent issues. It has no boundaries. Race, creed, religion, income, you know, any status, gender. So domestic violence seemed to be one of the few things everyone had in common. So. Yeah,
it is, and it's good you're really doing this. I'm glad that a lot of people out there would really like that you're doing something like this.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me about the Tears in Your Eyes selfie challenge.
The selfie challenge, we wanted people to take pictures with our No More Tears thing here, and the idea is that you're making a statement. You know, we're not going to stand for any more tears. We want to put an end to and eradicate domestic violence. So that's really the idea behind the challenge. Okay. You gonna take a selfie? Okay, I'll do that. Right.
So thank you for being here today, Ashes.
Thank you for having me.
If you want to know more about the selfie challenge, you could check out his website on www.ashesthechosen.com.
Yeah.
Back to you, Tyler.
Thanks, Dion and Ashes. There's an old trend that's becoming new again. It promotes women and small waistlines. Jasmine Griffin has an opinion on it.
Celebrities are known for taking on some pretty extreme dieting and exercise routines in order to lose weight, but waist training corsets might be one of the most dangerous methods so far. Celebrities like the Kardashians, Jessica Alba, and Snooki are big fans of this product, which is now gaining popularity on YouTube from the booty gurus. When you wear a waist training corset, your lungs and ribs are squeezed, making it hard for you to breathe. Some women have even passed out from wearing one for too long. With women reporting such serious side effects and with reports saying that this trend does not work,
I must ask, is it really worth crushing your organs just because everyone else is doing it? There are hundreds of healthier and safer ways to lose weight and to stay fit. So we must not let social media control the way we treat our bodies and our health. At least that's my opinion.
Thanks for that, Jasmine. Lada Kunjakina is here with us on the latest news on what's hot in other fashion and beauty trends. Lada?
Thank you, Tyler. The idea of what's fashionable and what's not changes so quickly, it's difficult to keep up. To start off today's report, let's talk about man buns. Thanks to celebrities like Chris Hemsworth and Jared Leto, buns became quite a trend among guys who wish to style their men into a more neat look. But lately, this whole man bun fashion isn't as hip and cool as it used to be. Yet there's a new trend that seems to take over: man braid. Cornrows, braided mohawk, a single French braid that starts at the hairline and makes its way in the back. The combinations are endless. Now you ladies, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word fall? For me, it's pumpkins, or more specifically, a pumpkin spice latte. A perfect example of a celebrity who pulls off the new PSL look so well is Emma Stone. She has a perfect balance between rich bronze brown and golden copper that makes her hair look plain gorgeous. Kyle White, lead colorist at Oscar Brandy Salon, advises that if you are interested in this look, you just have to change your hair color by making it slightly darker and warmer. The other hair look that catches everyone's attention is literally from the outer space. On Instagram, this style is referred to as space hair or galaxy hair. It is inspired by the solar system seen only through NASA's telescopes. The mixes of blues and purples make this look truly mesmerizing. The next fashion trend has been around for centuries. It is quite popular and controversial. The history of skin bleaching traces all the way back to the ancient times. In Asian countries, ivory white skin is considered to be beautiful. For example, in Thailand, some women use chlorine soap to make their skin appear lighter. The reason why this trend is so problematic is because of the whole idea that winter means prettier. Recently, the soul singer Mika Paris splashed out on Beyoncé for making her skin lighter and buying into old-school beauty standards. Speaking of beauty standards, a couple days ago, the Disney actress Zendaya was in shock when she saw how much her photo was retouched for a fashion magazine. Here, take a look. As you can see, her torso and hips were shrunk to unrealistic sizes, making Zendaya look nothing like real life. She later posted this photo on Instagram. The picture now has more than 700,000 likes. Another celebrity who believes that beauty standards must change is the undefeated UFC bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey. Despite body shamers referring to her physique as big and masculine, Rosie loves her body regardless of what state it's in. She hopes that other women will learn to understand it's not necessary to live by impossible standards. She says it should be more diverse, show that every single woman can attain an attractive body just by being healthy as possible. And that's it for the latest beauty and trend fashion. Back to you.
Workers at a New Mexico thrift store still excited after finding an envelope stuffed with $290,000 in an old donation box. The Albuquerque Journal reports that an employee of the Community Health Foundation thrift store found the envelope while sifting through donated items. Police say that they contacted the man. He recalled the exact amount of the bonds and said he was unaware his personal property had been donated. For college students and anyone on a tight budget, thrifting is a fun trend and a necessity. KR News reporter Nick Carey takes a look.
Fashion student Brianna Tomer found a way to remain trendy and also buy clothes at an affordable price.
As a fashion student, I feel like thrifting has become really big for multiple different reasons. Being a college student, we're able to put outfits together for really cheap. And also, if we want to use deconstructed elements in our collections, we're able to come here, buy old jackets and rip them up and make them something new and modern. For instance, you could take some Levi jeans, get them oversized, what are these, $27, put them on, you can rip them up, you have some oversized distressed jeans, you come, get you an old Reebok t-shirt, tank top thing, and you get you a little three-piece outfit. You got the 90s Domino's starter jacket, straight from Domino's out the 90s. You got a whole outfit together. Get you some sneakers, and you'll be straight.
San Francisco is a great place for students to find a nice hole in the wall thrift stores such as the one I'm at today called Handsome Oxford. Students come here, find their clothes for cheap, get a nice little fashion outfit for the price of one t-shirt at retail stores.
My name's Mark, the owner of this vintage store, Handsome Oxford. I think thrifting got like a little bit more popular. Honestly, I think it's because of all the TV shows. Like now there's like a lot of TV shows that kind of document like people out finding vintage or just old things, and people are now like understanding like how much value are behind these things. I used to do thrifting a lot back when I was in high school. That's how I started the store. This was 2001, 2002, and it was so easy to find like a lot of like old vintage pieces. But now, I mean, 15 years later, I mean, as popular as thrifting's getting, it's kind of impossible to find like good things at a thrift store these days, especially here in the Bay Area because it's just so competitive.
I'm Nick Carey from Academy Arts University's K-Art News.
Thrifting is not only good for your wallet, but it also helps support small local businesses as well.
While we're used to seeing the Bay Area featured in movies like Godzilla or San Andreas, few movies are actually filmed here because of the high cost of filming in California. Productions often move to cities like Vancouver, Canada, San Mateo County, and they hope to change that by luring filmmakers with a 25% tax credit that they will hope will entice Hollywood to come to the Bay Area.
A new film about the beginning of modern-day women's rights is out. Suffragette is directed by Sarah Gavron and written by Abby Morgan. This story is about beginning in 1912 in London's East End, the early fight for women's rights to vote. K-Art News reporter Elizabeth Sweeney takes a look at the people behind the film and clips.
Women should not exercise judgment in political affairs.
If we allow women to vote, it will mean the loss of social structure.
As a woman who lives in the U.S., it's hard to imagine not having the right to vote, nor having a voice within society. What may seem like a simple human right wasn't earned so easily for women across the globe.
You're a suffragette, Mrs. Elliot. I consider myself more of a soldier. As Mrs. Pankhurst says, it's deeds, not words, that will get us the vote.
I had the privilege of sitting down with Suffragette's director, Sarah Gavron, and writer Abby Morgan to discuss their journey while creating this powerful film.
So this cast is filled with so many power women, Meryl, Carrie, and Helena. What was it like working with all of them at one time?
It was quite nerve-wracking, wasn't it, when we went to approach
yeah, working with Meryl particularly, because she's such an icon. But Carrie was the first one to come on board, and we'd thought about Carrie for years and years and years and really wanted her. So we were really excited when she jumped at the project. And then we built the cast around her.
What would you say would be the most difficult part about writing and directing this film?
Sticking to a kind of very basic instinct, which was we wanted to write about the women who hadn't had a voice before and give them voice. And these were working class women who were often illiterate, who often the situations they were in, from appalling work conditions through to huge issues about equality of pay, through to custodial rights and sexual abuse at home and at work. All of these issues felt very 21st century, and I think it was trusting that through this very quiet journey of one working class woman played by Carrie.
We will win.
After watching the film, what are you hoping people walk away with most?
I hope it inspires young women to feel that their vote is important and that we have a responsibility to use it.
And also how far we've still got to go. I mean, we've come a long way since 1912, certainly in Britain, but there's still a long way to go. And globally, there are women still around the world fighting for basic human rights. And so we've still got lots of battles to fight. And I think it's remembering that, and remembering that your voice can be heard and you can have agency.
If you guys could both choose 2 words to describe this film, what would they be?
Important and contemporary.
And I hope it's empowering and inspiring.
Great, thank you so much.
Take my love, take it down.
Never surrender. Never give up the fight.
In San Francisco, I'm Elizabeth Sweeney for the Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Suffragette is already showing here in the Bay Area and opens nationwide at the end of the week. With more on other entertainment news, Daniel Robertson has more.
Welcome to this week's entertainment segment. There are some sizzling topics I can't wait to talk about, so let's get it popping. A dance teacher ad? Nah. An ad for clothing? Nah. It's Drake's new Hotline Bling video. Like most music videos, we have no idea what's going on. Same for this video. So we turn to the experts, AKA social media, to see what's going on. First, let's address the elephant in the room. As much as I love Drake, why is he wearing a turtleneck sweater and Timbs? Here is a meme of Drake playing tennis. You gonna finish those fries? If you're thinking you've seen these dance moves before, you have. Drake was dancing like Carlton. To add insult to injury, Meek Mill is looking to open up a new can of beef by dissing his dance moves. Meek Mill says that he has 2 left feet. Ouch. The ball is in Drake's court now. After Lamar Odom's overdose, his wife, yes, that's right, his wife, Chloe, is sticking by her husband.
Until death do us part.
I promise you, I'll never leave you.
And that's what they stuck to. Chloe called off the divorce and even broke up with James Harden of the Houston Rockets. Lamar has received full support from his star wife and the cast of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Adele is back on Saturday Night Live. NBC wasted no time getting the British songbird as a musical guest after her first single in 5 years, Hello.
When you're dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free.
This appearance marks Adele's first time back in the SNL studio since 2008. Well, Starbucks does it again. Starbucks continues to leave customers in awe. It all started with a pumpkin spice latte. Now it's essential to have a hot pumpkin latte on a chilly fall afternoon. Now customers have a new tricky treat. It's called Frappula Frappuccino. This vampire-inspired coffee drink begins with mocha sauce and whipped cream at the bottom of the cup, followed by a white chocolate chip mocha frappuccino. Sounds more sweet than scary. Well, that's all we have time for, folks. Next week, we'll have some more spicy entertainment news. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for that update, Daniel. It may be easier to name a famous actor than a famous mountain climber, but that doesn't mean new talent in Mountaineers always goes unnoticed. Nathan Goodall has the story.
Resident nurse Caitlin Camerata discovered outdoor sports like summiting and mountaineering in her downtime, and she also found that she was good at it.
So I started climbing on this mountain, Mount Diablo. From here on out, I just started summiting everything in sight. Once I got done with the rocky routes like this, I started doing a little bit more mountaineering, which you basically have to rope up, tie yourself to a 3-man rope team, and climb up the mountain using ice axes.
Whether it's a month-long mountaineering trip or a day summiting, Caitlin found she could connect with others and get leads on new spots through social media.
I mean, I think that's why the sport's blowing up so much, is because of the accessibility of the internet. You can look up hashtags and be like, oh, who's on Denali right now? You know, it's crazy to think about, but that's why I think the outdoor community is really starting to grow.
She started her own Instagram account, Peak Project, as a way to connect with other outdoorsmen, but with 10.5 thousand followers and getting anywhere from 600 to over 1,000 likes per photo, it's become much more.
I don't like a lot of attention. I'm not a big fan of attention, so at first it kind of made me feel uncomfortable. It was kind of humbling, I guess, to have people tell me that I was inspiring them to get outdoors, which I honestly never even expected or anticipated at all. I just thought I was being silly and having a good time with it.
Caitlin's okay with a bigger audience, not with the spotlight on her talent, but from how much she loves inspiring others to have fun and be a goofball at amazing heights. Like a friend she took summiting at Lassen Peak, who achieved his own online success and got the attention of company Chubby Shorts through their Instagram account.
And within like a week, they posted it, and I was getting flooded with friend requests over it.
While Caitlin is still relatively unknown in the sport, she isn't out for the fame and plans to progress for the fun of it.
I honestly can't even tell you where it's going to take me, but hopefully I just keep going up. Literally and figuratively.
Atop Mount Diablo, I'm Nathan Goodall, reporting for the Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Caitlin also recently climbed the tallest mountain in Russia, part of her ultimate goal to climb the tallest mountains on every continent.
Pretty amazing. Well, that's it for this edition of Academy Art University's KR News. I'm Tyler Sabino.
And I'm Tiffany Russell. Thanks for joining us. See you back here tomorrow night. Have a great evening.